that would be great for me. But other than that, you know, just I need to get my weight down lower to, you know, want to fight anyone else really. So, but yeah, I just want to fight really good people. I want to get a really good IQ, as they say here, and then when I do eventually go home, there's going to be so many girls, and I feel I'll get so many more opportunities because I'll be more experienced going back home. It'll be because I had a very hard time getting fights back at home. Like, maybe 2 fights a year I get. So.
Were you pro or amateur back home?
It's different back at home. Like, we are professional back at home, but we fight in classes. We still get paid.
Right.
But like, I had 1 full Thai rules fight back at home, and then I had ones with no elbows and stuff like that. But yeah, I just couldn't get the opponents. But I think now with the experience and the exposure I've got here, I should be able to have lots of fights, and hopefully my weight will go much lower weight. I want to fight 57 kilos when I go home.
Okay. So
there's so many quality girls, especially in the UK at that weight. So that's something I need to look forward to.
So you come from a large family.
Yes.
And you have a lot of sisters, yeah?
My family's just like childish. It's so like trying to explain my family is just so weird. But like, yeah, I've got some of my dad has a family, like he remarried and he's got 3 children, and then I've got a brother and sister from my mum, and they've got like their son and nieces, and then I grew up with my aunties and uncles. They're like my brothers and sisters. We're around the same age, so it's just a very weird, big, confusing family.
Do they get what you're doing, or are you like the weird one?
Like, I'm the black sheep anyway in my family, because I'm the good one. They're all bad, especially the English ones. But yeah, I mean, like a lot of my dad and that, they came to one of my fights in Ireland for the first time, and I think they were like really shocked. Like, they didn't really have any idea what it was like. But like, my mum's super proud. She thinks I'm like the best person in the world ever, and she just, you know, she doesn't watch any of my fights, or she'll have a look at a video like this. But yeah, she's really, really proud of me, and she thinks it's amazing what I'm doing. And yeah, I've had no negativity from anyone anyway, just support. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Getting people waving at me.
Is it hard to be away from your family? Were you away from them for university, or?
Yeah, I left home when I was 18. I couldn't wait to leave home. Like, I have a much better relationship with my mum on the phone than I do face to face. Like, I do miss them, but like, don't mean to sound bad, but like, I miss my friends way more. I spent so much time with them, and like, you know, I went to university when I was 18. I rarely went home. Rare visits. And then I moved to Ireland, so I was living away from my family. And even my Irish family, I didn't see them so much either.
Right.
Only the ones that kind of live local. You know, I'd spend time with them. So, you know, as much as I had this really big family, we were like chatting a lot on like text messages and like WhatsApp and stuff, and actually like visiting each other. But I've had like quite a few deaths and stuff in my family recently, and it's really like made me want to like keep more in contact with my family. And like when I got home, I definitely make more effort to like see everybody. It's like you just get shocked at like these things that happen. And you don't want the last time to have seen them years ago or whatever. So yeah, that's being here makes me appreciate, you know, my family more, and like I should definitely be taking more time with them.
There's like you talked about the like family atmosphere of this gym, which when Thai people talk to me and they're like, don't you want to go home? Like, don't you want to be with your family and all this stuff? And I'm like, in America or in most places in the West, you don't live with your family. Like, even if I'm home, I'm not near my parents. My brothers all live like all over the place. I wouldn't be seeing them anyway. So yeah, I love my family and I miss them, but if I went home, I wouldn't. It wouldn't solve the problem. Like, I'd still be far.
They're weird here because like they never go home. Like, especially in Thai boxing in general. Like, the boys here, sometimes they'll go visit their family after a fight, you know, but like, it's like everything's so different to them. It's like, you know, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind kind of thing for them, and it's like, you know, I think death to them is completely different to how we deal with death, like Westerners and stuff, and yeah, I think they're just, their family is the people that are around them, you know, in that time, like here now in the gym, and like they just go and visit their parents once a year or you know, twice a year or something like that. So yeah, I think it's different with actual families that are not Thai boxing.
Yeah. It's also, to me, seems really weird, but I've noticed is not weird here at all, but like how Pine left to go work in another country is like so many men will leave their families and go work somewhere, and it's just, it happens for years. It's like not a big deal.
We're actually so surprised about him with that because we were like betting that he'd be back within 3 days. Like, he is the biggest homebody you'll ever meet. He doesn't even like going to Bangkok, that's how bad he is. And like, you know, he loves his baby girl so much.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, I still don't know if he's going to last the whole year there. But I think, I'm not too sure, but I think he's actually in his contract, he's allowed to come home like every 4 months or every 3 months to visit his family. But I think some of them find it really hard, but some are just like, it's the way it's always been.
Yeah.
That's that, so, yeah. But he's kind of different, he's very much of a homebody, and he still sees his parents all the time, you know, like he's a good one.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. Even though he wrecks my head.
Yeah. Tell me about Tigger.
Oh. Well, Tigger, so there's cats everywhere all around this place, and we found 3 abandoned, and they were about, we estimated them about 2 weeks old, and so I just was like, I couldn't leave them. I just, any animal in distress, I just can't handle it. So tried to take care of them. Mama Lek helped me loads as well, and we were like feeding them milk and stuff, and they got really sick, and I used to skip out of school and come back and give them medicine and stuff like that, and they eventually got better. I gave one to Kudam, I gave one to a student, and I kept Tigger, she's a little runt, and like she's like my best mate. But that's why I was like, I need to go to Bangkok. My best friend's my cat, you know, I need to get a life. But yeah, she's had a little rough ride, bless her, but she entertains me loads. Yeah, I didn't even think I was much of a cat person. Like, I had cats when I was younger, but she's just lovely, and she was like, she completely, utterly loves me. Like, she's not like normal cats where, you know, they just don't care.
Yeah, they're like, just feed me.
I think she'd just die. Like, she'd just lie on the ground and die if I left her. So I won't ever leave her. Like, I'll be bringing her wherever I go. But yeah, she had a terrible spay.
Yeah.
Bloody stupid vet down the road, and she just was so sick, and infections, and I was just, another thing about this place, like they're just so good, and like I felt really bad because, you know yourself, you train in the morning, you go, you eat, you nap, and you train in the afternoon, and like one of the trainers who would drive me is maybe 45 minutes drive to an animal hospital, and he took me there 5 times.
Wow.
For medicines and to be taken care of, and he was just like, I felt so guilty, and he's like, no problem, and he was like really concerned about the cat, like, is she okay now, you know, like, it's just what they're like obviously, you know, I've been here a long time, so, you know, I'm part of the family, but it's still lovely that, like, they go out of their way a lot here for things, and I really appreciate it. But I have to go back again, and she needs more surgery because it wasn't done properly, and yeah, she's been in heat and howling. Aren't there like residual, like your cat can go into heat once or twice after it's been spayed, but it's just residual hormones or something? Oh, you see, because I looked at initially straight after the spay. Yeah. She was like acting like she was in heat, and I was like, oh my god, she's in the heat. And then I was like googling, like my best friend googled, and I was like, oh, right, okay, this is normal. Yeah. But I don't know, it's been 2 months, just over 2 months. Yeah. Because she seemed like she was properly in heat. It wasn't even like a little bit. Like, yeah. It was like crazy cat rolling around, having her palm off everything. Like, I try and watch a movie on my tablet, and she's just like rubbing her face up against it so hard, and like lying on top of it, and oh god, any hard surface. It's like so weird. Like, the most horniest cat, like cats. I'm like, I don't know how people like cope with them, but it must be like they have a cat flap and the cat just goes out. Yeah. I'm like, maybe if you just have sex with one cat, she'll be alright. I don't know. But I'm too scared to let her outside in case she dies. Yeah. When we first got Jaidi snipped,
there was still swelling because they don't like snip the sac off,
Yeah.
and so there was swelling, and we're like, does he still have one testicle? Like, we were completely freaking out.
Yeah.
Like, was all of this horror show of a process for nothing? It's gone now. He's fine.
But
But
also, like, I don't even know, like, she had her whole entire womb removed. And I think there's different, like, you get the snip where I think just the ovaries are taken out. But he took a whole bleeding womb out, which is not what I even asked for.
Right.
And that was a different procedure. That's why she was, like, cut down the side, and everyone was like, that's not how a cat is spayed. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, even when I brought her to the vet and to the hospital, they were like, has she been bitten by a dog? I was like, no, you know, she can't have babies anymore. And they're like, oh. And we couldn't even tell by looking at the womb that it was actually spayed. Dramas.
yeah.
But I just feel terrible. I felt terrible. I just want to go. I want to go and punch that dude. I'd run by him like in the evenings when I do my run. I just give him a stink eye every time I run past. Just punch him in the throat.
It's very much a life changer to have an animal that's like, to have a pet in your life. Was it, I can see why you made the decision to move from the gym to your own place, but what was your experience of the changes of living here and then living on your own and then having Tigger and now moving to the city?
I mean, the real reason I moved out of the gym was just because it was cheaper, like, you know, with me working and stuff, and like, they wanted me to stay here. They were trying to figure out ways for me to stay. They wanted me to stay in the house. Like, there's a private room in the house that people stay in sometimes, and you know, but I just, you know, obviously I wanted to make my money go as far as possible, and then so I moved out, and then I eventually took all the cats to my apartment and tied them, and but you know, it was fine. With 3 cats in a little apartment wasn't very good though, but yeah, it was more like, as in, I think, you know, it's a very different experience working and training than just being, you know, training holiday, and I think, you know, I'm a bit of a, you know, a hermit. I like my peace and quiet. Like, I'm such a granny. Like, sometimes I'm in bed at 8:30. Like, I don't sleep. I have insomnia. I've had insomnia for like 13 years. But I just like my routine of being in bed early, and like where I live is just completely silent. Like, it's really peaceful, and like, you know, people are on holiday here, you know, so like they're going to be enjoying themselves, and it can be loud at night time and stuff like that. And, you know, me having to get up to work and stuff, I don't think it would have been really. I don't know, I would have been a bit of a bitch. So, even when I was staying here, like, I used to be in room 3, which is like just by like the TV, and I'd just come out and I'd be like, fucking TV now! It's fucking 12 AM! Yeah, no, it was more, just peace and quiet for me, just for work and stuff. Like, but otherwise, you know, I'd love it here. Yeah, it's just saving money and quiet.
Yeah. Do you think that living in the city, your hermit lifestyle will change a little bit, or you're still going to be going to bed at 9?
I think I'll still be going, if I'm training, I'm still going to be going, just tired.
Yeah.
But, you know, I have friends that live in Bangkok, and, you know, I know I'll be visiting them all the time. And just little things like, you know, going to the cinema and stuff, like, I love going and watching, going to the movies and going for coffee and stuff like that, you know. So I think it will change, but I'll still be, during the week, probably still a little hermit. Bed early. I'm working anyway. I can't stay up late. Like, even like, I say that, I don't sleep, but I can feel rested, you know, just being in bed. But yeah, but I hope that every time I go to Bangkok I spend so much money, it's disgusting. But I hope that when I'm living there, that, you know, the excitement